So I am Imran Ashraf. I am from Jammu and Kashmir. I have 12 years of teaching experience. But today I have selected a topic from biological classification, that is five kingdom system of classification. Let's proceed. So far as five kingdom system of classification is concerned, before five kingdom system of classification, two kingdom system of classification was proposed, three kingdom system of classification, and then four kingdom system of classification was proposed. Lastly, the most developed and the most elaborated system of biological classification, which was proposed by Robert H. Whittaker, is called as five kingdom system of classification. The five kingdom system of classification is the most elaborated, it's the most developed, and I can say it's completely developed kingdom system of classification. So, five kingdom system of classification, it was proposed by R.H. Whittaker. It was proposed by Robert H. Whittaker in 1969. In this system of classification, organisms were classified into five kingdoms. So, in five kingdom system of classification, organisms were classified into five kingdoms. Kingdom fungi, it was introduced in five kingdom system of classification. Before this, we have already got kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Plantae, and kingdom Animalia. So, in five kingdom system of classification, this kingdom, namely kingdom fungi, it was introduced. Now, so fungi, it was given a status of kingdom by the Robert H. Whittaker. This five kingdom system of classification, it was proposed on the basis of, number first, cell structure. So, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell means the cell in which nucleus is not completely developed. The cell in which nucleus is incompletely developed, and the nucleus that is not well developed, that is called as the incipient nucleus. Incipient nucleus means not completely developed nucleus. And cell organelles are absent in the prokaryotes, or we can say cell organelles are absent in the prokaryotic cells. And so far as eukaryotic cells are concerned, cell organelles are present and nucleus is well developed. So in prokaryotes, nucleus is not well developed, but in eukaryotes, nucleus is well developed. Now, number second, body organization. Unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means single-celled and multicellular means many-celled. Now, mode of nutrition. Some organisms are able to synthesize their own food. They are called as autotrophs. We call them as producers. We call them as converters. We call them as transducers. And there are some organisms which are not able to prepare their own food. And such organisms are called as heterotrophs, and that mode of nutrition is called as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And lastly, it was phylogenetic relationships. On the basis of phylogenetic relationships, what is phylogenetic relationships? It is basically the evolutionary relationships. So, on the basis of cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, phylogenetic relationships. So, on these bases, five kingdom system of classification was proposed. And it was proposed by the Robert H. Whittaker. Now, before this five kingdom system of classification, we have this two kingdom system of classification. And in two kingdom system of classification, which was proposed by the Carolus Linnaeus, organisms were divided into two kingdoms, Plantae and Animalia. Then three kingdom system of classification was introduced by Ernest Haeckel, where kingdom Protista was introduced. Then four kingdom system of classification was introduced by the Von Neel and Stanner, where kingdom Monera was introduced. And finally, the most developed five kingdom system of classification was introduced, which was proposed by the Robert H. Whittaker, and the basis of this system of classification, we have already discussed about them. And one more thing, ecological role of the organisms was also considered. Ecological role of organisms was also considered. Ecological role of organisms was also taken into consideration for proposing the five kingdom system of classification. Now let's talk about the five kingdoms. Let's talk about the characteristics of the five kingdoms: Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, and Kingdom Animalia. Now we will talk about the characters of the five kingdoms. Five kingdoms, we have Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. First of all, these are the characters: cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, and mode of nutrition. First of all, let's talk about Kingdom Monera. Kingdom Monera is also called as Kingdom of Prokaryotes. So they are prokaryotic. Protista, they are eukaryotic. Fungi, eukaryotic. Plantae, eukaryotic. Animalia, eukaryotic. So prokaryotic means nucleus is not well developed and cell organelles are absent. And eukaryotic means a nucleus is well developed and cell organelles are present. Now, cell wall. In Monera, cell wall is present. But the cell wall of Monera includes bacteria, mycoplasmas, and actinomycetes, spirochetes, cyanobacteria. तो जो सेल वॉल मुनेरा का है, for example bacteria, it is made up of peptidoglycan. So peptidoglycan, and peptidoglycan is an amino sugar. Amino sugar means it has got two components, NAM and NAG. NAM is N-acetyl glucosamine and NAM is N-acetyl muramic acid. So peptidoglycan is present in the cell wall of Monera, but except mycoplasma. Mycoplasma lacks cell wall. Cell wall is absent in the mycoplasmas. Right. Now Protista. So in Protista, cell wall is present in some Protista. In Fungi, cell wall is made up of chitin. And what is chitin? Chitin is a nitrogen containing structural polysaccharide. In Plantae, cell wall is present. It is made up of cellulose. And in animals, cell wall is absent. Now we'll talk about nuclear membrane. In Monera, nuclear membrane is absent. In Protista, nuclear membrane is present. In Fungi, it is present. In Plantae, nuclear membrane is present. And in Animalia, nuclear membrane is present. Now we will talk about body organization. So Monera, they are unicellular. Protista, they are unicellular. Monera or unicellular prokaryotes, and Protista or unicellular eukaryotes. In fungi are multicellular, they have a loose tissue. Plantae, tissues are present, organs are present. And Animalia, tissues, organs and organ systems are present. Now we will talk about the mode of nutrition. Monera, they show both autotrophic as well as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. I have already told you. Autotrophic mode of nutrition means organisms are able to prepare their own food. This autotrophic mode of nutrition we divide into two more categories: photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. In photosynthetic mode of nutrition, the source of energy is sunlight. And in chemosynthetic mode of nutrition, the source of energy is chemical energy. So, in chemosynthetic nutrition, organisms use chemical energy. in photosynthetic nutrition, organisms use light energy. And heterotrophic mode of nutrition, in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we have got two more categories, saprophytic and parasitic. In saprophytic organisms are feeding on the dead decaying matter, and so far as parasitic mode of nutrition is concerned, here an organism derives, an organism invades its host and gets the food from the host. The relationship between the parasite and the host is called as parasitism. Now, we will talk about nutrition in Protista. And so far as Protista are concerned, Protista are autotrophic, and in autotrophic mode of nutrition, they are photosynthetic, as well as Protista are heterotrophic. So both the modes of nutrition, that is autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition, is present in the kingdom Protista. Now we will talk about the fungi. Fungi, they show heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So fungi are heterotrophs, fungi are achlorophyllous, fungi are shade loving, fungi are not able to prepare their own food. Fungi feed on the dead decaying matter, that's why we call them as saprophytes. Fungi derives its food from the host, that's why we call them as parasites. So heterotrophic mode of nutrition, it is divided into two types, or it is divided into two categories, saprophytic as well as parasitic. Now when we talk about plantae, and we know plants are autotrophs, we call plants as producers, we call plants as transducers, we call plants as converters. Plants are able to synthesize their own food. Plants are able to convert the light energy into chemical energy. So for this reason, plants have been regarded as, plants have been considered as converters and transducers. Now we will talk about animalia. In animals, the mode of nutrition, all animals are heterotrophic. We have got two categories in this heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So far as animals are concerned, number one is holozoic and number second is saprophytic. And you know, in holozoic mode of nutrition, five steps of nutrition are involved. Number first is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Guys, this was all about the five kingdom system of classification and the characters of the five kingdoms, namely Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Thank you very much.